welcome to the live news, where we'll bring the most important news of the day. I am Juan Carlos. Thank you for joining us. And there are the highlights of the day. In the first headline, many Mexican days with few human case for H5N2 bird flu. A 59 years old in Mexico has died with a type 4 bird flu H5N2, never recorded in people before now. There is no risk to the public, say the authorities, and none of the men's close contact has caught to the virus. It is not clear how to he got it, and although there have been cases in some property, France and Mexico, the infection like this can sometimes pass for animal to human. In more news, Claudia Sheinbaum has first female president. Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo has been elected as Mexico's first female president, and an historic landslide win. Mexico official electoral authorities said preliminary results showed the 61 years old former mayor of Mexico City, winning between that 58% and 60% of the vote in Sunday election. That gives her a lead of about 30% points over her main rivals, businesswoman Xochitl Gálvez. Michelle Baum will replace her mentor, outgoing President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, on 1st October. In another news, they assault a security truck in Mexico City and take 4 million pesos. This Thursday afternoon, several men who were traveling aboard and motorcycles stole 4 million pesos by assaulting a bow travel van on the street of Mexico City. What happened? The foregoing happened on Herschel Street, almost at the intersection with Calvin, in the Anzures neighborhood, Miguel Hidalgo. The mayor's office, where men stole 4 million pesos after assaulting a security truck. According to the first reports, one person has injured other in assault happened around in a.m. 8 a.m. this is Thursday. My colleague Usil will talk to us international news.
International News, June 2024 edition.
Good evening. Welcome to today's edition of International News. Here are the top headlines in foreign affairs. We begin with the global conflict situations. A recent report from Crisis Group reveals that wars in Gaza, Sudan, and Ukraine continue to escalate. International diplomacy has seen limited success, focusing primarily on humanitarian efforts and prisoner negotiations. More leaders are opting for military solutions to resolve their disputes, exacerbating the global humanitarian crisis. In Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin remains adamant that Ukraine must cede territories for peace, a condition that Ukraine firmly rejects. The region's tension remains high, with little hope for peaceful agreement soon. In trade news, Algeria has decided to maintain restrictions on commerce with Spain. claiming it aims to promote its local industry, particularly in the ceramics sector. This move has prompted the European Commission to request a review of these restrictions, suggesting Algeria might be violating its trade agreements with the EU. At a meeting in Apulia, Italy, the G7 agreed to grant Ukraine a 46 billion loan, guaranteed by the interest on frozen Russian assets. This financial support underscored the continued commitment of Western powers to Ukraine in this conflict with Russia. And now, to continue with coverage, it hand over to my colleague, who writes us the latest news in national politics. Take it away.
Thanks, Ciel. So, in the sport, Jesus, how is the year's Eurocup going?
Good evening, everyone. This week was interesting in the sports sector. This week started the Eurocup with very exciting matches, starting with Germany, where they won with a score of 5-1 to Scotland. Switzerland beat Hungary 3-1, and Spain beat Croatia 3-1. We remind you that this tournament is being played in Germany and will have 51 matches. The Yankees beat the Red Sox, and Alex Verdugo was able to get revenge after having a bad exit from the Red Sox team. During the game, he could be seen happy and enjoying his current team, the Yankees. Although this didn't look good to the Red Sox fans because they were insulting him the whole game.
The Mavericks are just tattooing the Celtics in Game 4. As Judge hits one deep to left field. Duran back, turning, looking. He's going to play it off the wall. Soto rounds third. He's coming home. Judge at second with an RBI double, and the Yankees lead 7-1. RBI number 63 for Judge.
On the other side, in the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks defeated the Boston Celtics in an exciting game, where the victory allowed them to stay alive in the competition and also became the first team to come from behind in the playoff series.
He's taking some shots. He wanted one to go. He was 0 for 4. Don't forget, Dallas has been very, very good on the road in the playoffs. 7-4 away from the American Airlines Center. A spectacular, dominant performance from Luka Doncic.
In the world of tennis, Rafa Nadal confirmed that he will participate one last time in the most important tennis tournament after having a bad streak. However, the most impact is that he will participate in doubles with Carlos Alcaraz. This duo is definitely the favorite of many to win the competition.
Nein, das ist ja unbeschreiblich. Da hat er nur noch zugeschaut, Federer. Wow, Respekt, Rafa. 4-1 liegt er vorne.
And finally, in an interview with the famous fighter Canelo Alvarez, he mentioned that he will soon have a new fight with a young promise, the fighter Roberto Lopez. And although his opponent has been a fan, Canelo won't let him easy and will fight with everything.
he's strong. He's smart, but he's a little slow. So I can do things fast and throw my punches, my combinations. I throw my.
We will be closing following tomorrow games, Jesus. Thanks. So, how will the winter be this week, Ernesto?
Good evening, people who tune in. This day becomes relevant a fact that was expected weeks ago, and that is that the high levels of heat in our country were alarming, coupled with the fact that the rains were not present in the country due to the El Niño phenomenon, characterized by warmer than normal ocean temperatures in the tropical Pacifics, which came to an end according to the Climate Prediction Center of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Since its emergence last summer, El Niño reached extreme status earlier this year, contributing to the hottest year on the record and affecting several global weather events. We are currently in a neutral phase called ENSO neutral, without the presence of El Niño nor La Niña. But this will change quickly. La Niña is expected to develop throughout this winter and be firmly in control by September. Thus, it has a 75% probability of emerging and 85% probability of persisting during the summer 2024 and 2025. This climate pattern could enhance hurricane activity in the Atlantic, decreasing the strength and prevalence of the shear winds that usually limits the storms. Matias Reynoso, meteorologist at the National Meteorological Service, explained that El Niño and La Niña are two phases of the same phenomenon, and that they do not only alternate between them but also have neutral periods. But El Niño and La Niña begin with an anomaly in the surface temperature of the equatorial Pacific Ocean, says the expert. And yet, when it is El Niño, higher temperatures than usual are recorded, and when it's La Niña, lower temperatures. Then this has an impact of all atmospheric circulation and finally on temperatures and precipitations. El Niño during its several significant climate events, such as hot, dry condition, another South America, and the worst drought in a parts of central of southern Africa. They also causes excessive rainfall of the east coast of Africa. Its disappearance will also have major repercussions on the Atlantic Oceans, increasing the likelihood of a hyperactive hurricane season. El Niño tropical creates hostile upper winds that break up storms, while La Niña does the opposites, allowing more storms develop. Additionally, record-breaking weather temperatures in the Atlantic can defuel the storms, helping them form strength and survive. That is my climate report.
Thanks, Ernesto. So, in entertainment, what's going on, Roberto?
In other news, the entertainment section, new emotions inside O2. Inside O2 has been awaited by adults and kids since its first show, generating a lot of expectation. The movie was released on June 14, 2024. New emotions were implemented by the plot of anxiety, envy, ennui, and embarrassment. Inside O2 has been received positive way by the opinion of the professionals. Also has been qualified with 92 by the Rotten Tomatoes.
That's all for today on the live news. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow with more news. Have a good night.